Hello, everybody. This is a Doctor. Today is Typical Man, and we're going to, as part of this set of 4 episodes of Typical Manga, starting the Disney do Bleach, chapter 618, The Dark Arm. And we open where we left off with Aizen talking. This will take a while. No, seriously though, it's like he's pretty much just taunting Kyoraku with the fact that he had 2 more keys left to use. Apparently, Kyoraku just decides, F it, and puts the bolt in anyway.
So what was the point of that? If he didn't need those 2 keys, then what was the point of just putting them in anyway, right? It's like, what? Aren't you because those 2 keys might just release the whole thing, right?
Yep.
Because if one key can like release like half of 25% of his binds, then when 2 more keys in basically release the whole thing. I mean, just like, you know.
Try to say for sure on there. And like I said, it sounds like he's kind of like trying to factor in as much of this as possible. And it seems like for some reason the other keys besides his mouth are his left eye and his ankle.
Yeah. But they were already open to begin with, so it's like, why even bother putting the keys in? What is the point of this?
Well, I think Kyoraku's just saying like, well, I'm just putting them in now since you're already moving around anyway.
Well, yeah, but then when if the key to just the mouse somehow was able to let him open his left eye and ankle, then wouldn't those 2 keys maybe have the same effect in which now he can move his entire body, right? Like,
I don't know.
It just makes no sense. It's like, what's the whole point of this? You know, it's ridiculous.
Well, like I said, there is kind of a point to it in some sense. Like they at least anticipated that Aizen might do more than they were planning on, because as we find out here, the final key, the key that would actually to that whole area itself, is actually buried in Kyoraku's heart. So if Aizen tried to kill him, the place would lock him inside.
Yeah. Thinking ahead. Oh well, too bad. Aizen's planned 100 years ahead. So, yeah. Joke's on him. Yeah. Joke's on Kyoraku into all of Central 46.
Yeah, of course, neither Aizen nor Kyoraku seem to think that this is like a big deal. I mean, did the Central 46 actually think I would go that far? And Kyoraku's like, if you didn't think about it, it's just another Soul Society thing. Really, just deal with it.
Yeah.
So they just get to the point now?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so, basically, Kyoraku's like, so hey, you know, do you want to leave? After some, like, little stupid chit-chat, you know, like saying, oh, you know, you're still the same. And he's like, well, I don't recall you, I don't recall asking you to release me, which is, he was obviously going to answer this way because Aizen's never going to let anyone, he's never going to follow anyone else's direction. He's always going to be the one leading the way. So if he's leaving, it's on his terms.
Yep. Which
is kind of like, he's kind of, you know, it's pretty predictable since that we also knew that he had a chance to leave with Yubak, and he decided not to anyway. Even if he could have betrayed Yubak or ran away the moment Yubak let him out, he's like, nope, I'll still stay here. So it's very typical villain type of thing where like the villain won't ever leave unless it's by his own, you know, decision.
Like a less awesome crocodile.
Yeah.
There's like a great. I'd have to hunt it down. But it's like they talk about crocodile in One Piece, like leaving Impel down. It's like they come to break him out. Don't bother. I'm just going down to Impel down. Level 6. F it. I got nowhere to be. Wait. Whitebeard going to war? I am there! It's like a quick summary. There's like more to the post, but I'd have to hunt it down. Find it. Anyway, at this point, Kyoraku is pretty much asking the hooded men behind him to sit Aizen down and carry him outside. Of course, one of them seems to think that Aizen's being like, tries to take him by force, which goes about as well as you'd expect.
Yeah, I just basically like, first off, those hooded guys, they're the key to core, right? This is literally, yeah. This is the 3rd time we've seen them. The first time was when they were preparing the Sokyoku to basically execute Rukia. The second time was with Tensai and Hachigen because they were the captain and lieutenant respectively, and then this is the 3rd time. these guys are supposedly the masters of Keto. They have mastered all like the highest arts. They're like the specialists basically, and they're one of the three like central like three parts of the military, which is basically the Gote 13,
Yeah.
the Keto Corps, and the special command like the assassination squad. It's basically Squad 2.
Like Soy Fon's group.
Yeah, what the frick have they been doing this entire time? Why have they not helped at all? Who is the current captain? Who's the current lieutenant? What are they doing?
I don't know. Honestly, I didn't really think much of them one way or the other on you. I just figured they were court guys. But anyways, like, of course, at this point though, like in the scene where like he's the chair and all that, one gets upset with him and wants to add a restraint before they seat him. But you can even see in the bottom right there, Kyoraku is like thinking to himself, "What a dumbass." You just look at the expression on his face.
I'm not gonna lie, everyone in Soul Society tends to be a dumbass. I mean, yeah. Oh well, he lost his hand. Honestly, these times.
I think it's more of his fingers, really.
Oh yeah. Wait, I think the left one is just more half of his hand. Well, the right one is his fingers. Because he's like you only see half his palm. But basically, this is Kubo's thing with well, not limbs but extremities. Like
yeah, like little bits and pieces.
Yeah. Oh well, just get over Hime, whatever. And basically.
But I see what you're saying now. Like his left hand, he lost like half the actual hand.
Yeah.
The other one looks more like he just lost some fingers.
Yeah. So, yeah. In the end, he's not going to be playing any video games tonight. So, Aizen's basically says, you're basically pretty dumb because this restraint does not cancel my Riatsu. It only serves to confine it close to me. So all it does is actually compresses his spirit energy and keeps it, controlled and not spread out. But what happens is that in the area that it is still there, it's actually a lot stronger because you're compressing it.
Right.
So going into the area,
bit of a double-edged sword.
Yeah. So going into the area basically like evaporates you. It's kind of similar to the thing when he was God Aizen. He was like walking around, and anyone who was not strong enough would just die or lose their existence by being in his presence.
Yeah, like they would just like start to at least get weak and pass out there. At very least.
That's for the spiritually aware people. Anyone who wasn't spiritually aware, just completely loses their existence. They actually that was implied in the manga. It actually happened in the anime. So.
Yeah, and Aizen's wondering if Kyoraku wants him to fight for Soul Society. But Kyoraku's like, I said nothing about fighting for Soul Society or anything of the sort. It's just that I feel as if we are definitely at a point where our interests are about to intersect. So,
he's basically playing lawyer with this guy. He's playing, a game of words, really. In the end, it is fighting for Soul Society.
Right, but at the same time, that he's hoping that whatever's going to come up is going to give Aizen a reason to fight, even if it's not necessarily for Soul Society. Yeah. At least be in defense of it.
He basically wants to make sure that Aizen doesn't make him. He basically wants to sure that Aizen actually gets invested in this because Aizen doesn't like Soul Society. So he says, well, in a way, if you're trying to, even though it helps Soul Society, if you want to get the Soul King, then here's your chance. You got to help us kill Yuabok.
Yeah.
Because let's face it, the Soul King, which is what Aizen's been wanting, is there. He's going to get a chance to basically go to where the Soul Palace is. Go where the Soul King is. Go to the Soul Palace, right?
Yep.
So I mean, it's kind of like, well, this is what you've been wanting, man. Don't you want it? Like, yeah. In the end, we might have to fight you later, but for now, it makes no sense for us to fight each other, or for you to stay down here.
Yeah.
And he basically like I said, do you not wish to, that's what Kyoraku says, so like I said, do you not wish to breathe the fresh air once again? And Aizen says, do you mean the air of the very same Soul Society that just got trapped?
Broke up there, but you're just repeating what he said, that just got trashed by Yuak.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
So, yeah. And then we go back to Yuabok. The Dark Arm title page.
Yep. And we're in the middle of combat, so to speak. Here, Yuak's like, I never thought that you could prevent this single-handedly. Cannot comprehend. Just to say that the will of the Soul King no longer resides in this eviscerated arm.
Ha! Did you see what he did there? Single-handedly.
So he's just going to try and destroy everything now, but this time Ichigo is actually standing in the way.
Finally, he actually does something useful. I mean, jeez, what the hell have you been doing this entire time?
And Yoruichi is typically useful, so she gets right in there and starts trying to put the Soul King back together again.
Okay, pay attention. Who are the people who are still just standing there? Who are the people still standing there?
Chad, Orihime, and Ganju.
Yeah. Ganju, yeah. That has literally been, well, especially with Chad and Orihime, their role for this entire arc and technically the entire half the manga.
To be fair, Orihime tried to do
something. She told her to, and it still didn't work.
True, Yoruichi did tell her that.
Yeah.
Right. So it looks like he's, I know she did a keto spell, but I'm not quite clear what she's doing other than maybe trying to lock it up or kind of seal it in so it's like...
Yeah, pretty much. She's just preserving him and protecting him. Seriously, at this point, why can't everyone just jump you a block? Why is Ichigo the only one doing anything? What are you there for, Chad, Orihime, and Ganju? And
anyway,
so...
And Yuak is wondering why Ichigo's even standing in front of them. I said, you're the one who cut him down. Once he blood flowing through your veins would be unable to tolerate his very existence. He doesn't have a single reason to stand in my way. But Ichigo's like, I came here to stop you. And Yuak's thinking, 95. I'm here to stop you and protect the Soul Society, the real world, Hueco Mundo, all of it. That's why I'm here. 115.
I'm not gonna lie, all those numbers can literally just be attributed to Ichigo, because this is literally something he's been asked multiple times, especially when Aizen was like, what's the point of fighting me? You saved your friend, Orihime, right? Yep. So this is a question that's literally been asked to Ichigo multiple times. This is it's become its own cliche.
Here's what struck me. One of the things I remember from Bleach, that Ichigo was never, did not really believe that he could do something as grand as protect everybody, but he wasn't content with just protecting the people close to him. He's going to try and protect as many people as possible. I can't decide if this contradicts it, develops from that, just goes along the same path.
Okay, so actually it was talked about in a review, and this is actually a very common problem that people had with Bleach, was that this was what made Ichigo very special as a main character, as a shonen character, because that was something that no other shonen character ever admitted. Like, I really can't protect everyone. Not very shonen characters do that, and they actually talked about how in the Hueco Mundo arc, it changed into just protecting. I think this was also stated by Y Rule of Time, who does weekly manga podcast, blah blah blah. I've talked about them before, and it was stated that this is actually one of the biggest signals that the characterization of the characters just went wrong. It went in the other direction. So yes, you pointed out that this is a problem with Ichigo's character development, that he is contradicting what he said before, and this is now making him a very generic shonen character.
Right, because like I said, that's typical for most shonen heroes. Like you get the occasional oddball like Luffy about the people immediately around him, but even he'll at least go and make an effort to protect people he likes. But Ichigo, like I said, and that's kind of thing that appealed to me with Ichigo too. Is like he can't protect everybody, but he wants to protect anyone he can. Of course, at the same time, he's actually in a unique position to be able to do that more than he ever has been right now. So that's why I wonder if this maybe developed from that instinct or from that detail.
And then Ichigo's like, it's kind of interesting. Ichigo's touching him, but can't Yubok supposedly can control people with his blood or whatever. So it's kind of weird. Like, don't you think Ichigo should avoid touching him directly?
Well, true. I mean, it's hard to say for sure just how that control works. I mean, but you're right about that. But at the same time, there wasn't much choice on there. He had to get in his way somehow.
Use a sword. I don't know. Use something.
He tried that.
Just not directly. Wait, sorry?
I was like, he tried using a sword. That didn't go well.
I remember he tried to grab the sword. He didn't actually use his own sword though. That's what I'm saying. Anyway, so Ichigo's like, Getsuga Tensho! And man, that's like the thousandth time he's used that same damn technique. And it's a black Getsuga though, even though he's in the Shikai form. So obviously it's a power boost from this new Shikai. Still though, seriously, can we stop using that technique? Like it's either Getsuga Tensho, it's an X Getsuga Tensho. Are we gonna make a square one, a triangle one? Are we just gonna make a happy face now? The happy face Getsuga Tensho? Seriously, what the frick?
That'd be kind of funny, actually. He swings the sword. It does its blast, and a little like smiley faces left in the sky.
I mean, just like again, as I said this before, Kubo, the one thing was actually able to maintain, other than ironically the vanishing. I mean, not the vanishing, the visionary, that basically every power was in some way unique, or even if it's generic, it was used in a very interesting way. Why is it that the main character is the one with the most blandest power ever? Like in the beginning, it was interesting, but he kept using it over and over and over again to the point where it got really bland. So if you're gonna give him new abilities, then this shouldn't we? Isn't this Kubo's forte? And it's like, oh wait, I got some creative ideas on how to do this. So yeah, so all he's doing is just making Getsuga Tensho, changing the color, or changing the shape. It's still the same damn thing, Getsuga Tensho.
Yep, I mean different sword, different outfit, same attack, basically.
Pretty much. It's like, at least Goku tried something different with the Kamehameha.
Yeah.
Like he tried his intra-transmission. I mean, he had other techniques. You know?
And anyway, like at this point, I do like this next part though, where Ichigo's like, I already know I'm descended from your blood, and so what? What of it? Doesn't mean I'm going to just let you have your way.
Yeah, also, one guy actually noted, Tekken 101, who's actually a big Bleach reviewer, he stated that actually what Ichigo should have said, because he said that this sounded too cliche for him, but what Ichigo should have said is like, I don't look at it as seeing I have your blood. I look at it as seeing that I have my mother's blood, and I'm gonna follow what my mother would have wanted, something like that. Yeah. Like he could have come back to his mother in some way, because remember his mother's a Quincy too, but his mother was obviously not this type of person, and again, Ichigo's relationship with his mother is one of the biggest plot points of Bleach, and it was so important in the early chapters, and it came back, and it could have come in this very sentence. He could have stated something about his mother, how maybe this is why he's doing it, not because he wants to, not because of protecting or whatever, but because this is what my mother would have wanted, and I feel that this is my as her successor, this is my duty to defeat you. You know, it would have been great, but nope. It's just the bland I protect, and the bland I'll just attack you.
And speaking of bland, we have Ewok. It's like, let me have my way. You make me laugh. Whether things go my way or not is simply a matter for the mind to decide.
Well, but isn't Mimi Hagi's presence like now kind of changing everything? Because it just happened that like he can predict something, so it shows you that there's a limit to his eyes.
Right.
You know, I mean whether whether Ichigo can take advantage of that, we don't really know.
But we don't even know exactly what the circumstances are that are blocking him, or if there is anything more than just if there's anything more to it than the fact that he just couldn't predict Mimi Hagi popping up. It could be
because Mimi Hagi has the same. I think it's because Mimi Hagi is part of the Soul King, and the Soul King is part of the same blood, I guess, as Yobok, and he has the same powers. So I guess people with those, since they're like related directly and have similar powers, they don't affect each other. So
right, but how far does influence extend beyond that? That's the big question on here.
Yeah. I mean, just by logical deduction and conclusion, you can say that if he couldn't predict Mimi Hagi, then anything from this point on he can't predict, or at least can't predict in fully, just from logical conclusion. But then again, this is Kubo logic, and we can never use actual real life logic when it comes to Kubo. But here's what is with manga and eye techniques now these days? I mean, seriously, the Sharingan, Rinnegan, the Byakugan, the Almighty Eyes. What else is there?
Violet's Devil Fruit. Viola. Yeah. I mean, she has the all-seeing, or is that what you meant when you said all-seeing eye?
Well, I mean, eyes and like eye techniques. Like, it seems like with Naruto and Bleach, the most powerful ability comes from an eye technique.
Yeah.
You know,
Gias.
The Almighty. Yeah, the Gias. Yeah, but specifically Naruto and One Piece, just because not One Piece in Bleach, just because they were part of the big three. Or that it's just like is this like a trend I'm noticing here? But yeah, Code Geass is another big thing. It's like it seems like Japan has this thing for eyes now. I guess just because they look cool.
Would Tatami's Dragon Eye count, or because that's more like a side effect though?
Side effect, but it's still kind of an eye-ish type of thing. So I'll give that. I'll count that. Not so much. Well, no, actually I won't count that because then you can argue Ichigo's hollow powers. Yeah. But still, it's just noticeable. You know, because we get a fan art of Unohana. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I'm not a fan of it. Like,
I haven't been going through the fan art yet, so I'm going through it now. Oh, it was one of Misaki with a little hand Quincy crossbow.
Who?
Ichigo's mother.
Oh, yeah.
The one we were just talking about a few minutes ago.
I forgot her name was Misaki. It's just like, oh yeah.
Meanwhile, the comments are mostly a song Aizen singing to the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. In West Rokanga, born and raised on the 5th Division, where I spent most of my days, making holiday and relaxing all cool, destroying Karakura, Yoku. Bunch of old guys said I was up to no good, and tamer away from my neighborhood. Pa came to fight, and soon as we got scared, he said, "You're moving back to Soul Society to go get some fresh air." They just kind of keep going on that sort of thing right there.
Yeah, you know. Well, I just he's gonna have to say yes, otherwise there's no point in this whole entire like plot device here.
You say that like it would actually. You say that like it would stop them.
What do you mean, like?
Like the fact that it would be useless would actually stop them from doing it.
No, it's true. I mean, the whole plot device of going down to Aizen's place to get him to help, right? If he's not going to help, then what's the point of going down there? So he's obviously going to say yes somehow. You know, they might not even come back to him for like 10, 20 chapters, and he suddenly pops out of nowhere saying, "Ha, Ichigo, you've been weaker. You're weaker now. Let me help you out." I'm not gonna lie though. If I see Ichigo and Aizen like fight together and combine their powers, no matter how stupid it is, I'm gonna actually fanboy. I won't say fanboy, but like I'm gonna like.
You'd be behind that.
Like, yeah, I'll be behind that. Yeah, because wouldn't it be awesome? Like, remember that double space spread of like. I don't know if I forgot it was actually a double space spread, but it was a big panel of Luffy, Crocodile, and Jinbei, and everyone else just like together.
Impel down like in all samurai style.
Yeah, like that. I mean, just like obviously these guys are two people, so but you know something similar like him and Aizen staying next to each other, like just like saying right, let's go or something like that, and then maybe Ichigo doing a Getsuga Tensho and Aizen using his illusion powers to like make it go somewhere else or something. Or like some type of tactic that you have Aizen combine his powers with Ichigo, or like like Black Coffin plus Getsuga Tensho. Like it would be again really it could be one of those things where it's really 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 dumb, but I wouldn't care because it's so awesome.
Yeah, it's like just like a dream team almost.
Yeah, and it would be pretty good. And then get Ginjo too. I mean, he's not as powerful, but if you have basically the two previous villains, two previous main villains, then it would be pretty awesome for them to fight together against this one final main villain.
Very true.
Yeah. So yeah, it kind of makes me wish that if Aizen's gonna double cross them, I wish he doesn't double cross them until like 20 chapters later, when we were like getting where we get the full meat of the fight. Because I don't want to see like him do like one technique, like one attack, and be like, okay, betraying you now. But I'd be like, okay, let's for once, I'd actually want them to kind of drag the fight out, not in terms of panels, but like in terms of just content. Like put more content in, put a lot of fighting and a lot of Ichigo and Aizen doing tactical, team ups and all that stuff. Yeah, I'll be down for that.
Here's a question: If Aizen does go into battle, will he have his Zanpakuto with him?
I don't think it would actually matter because it seems like his Zanpakuto kind of combined with him, like because he still has his powers, right? So we don't know what extent, but we do know he's still insanely powerful. So he might, if anything, you could say that he might have used the 2 years to like recover his powers. True. I mean,
like sealed or not, but at the same time, if it's kept that close to him, like you said, it might be very strong just being next to him.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I mean, Kubo could use any reason or any type of logic to say this is what he's been doing, or this is how he got his powers back, and we'd have to accept it. So that's not much of an issue about his Zanpakuto not being there, because it's just a literal shape. It's not actually like fully gone. So, and plus we need to see his Bankai, right? So there we go. He has to somehow get it back. But yeah. Anyway, so I think that's about it for Bleach today.
Yep, like I said, it's like usual. It's chugging along. There's not a great deal going on, but at the very least we are getting some motion. Like I said, Aizen's contemplating being free, and we got the Soul King in place, so the immediate danger of that is currently out of the way. First question is what's going to happen going forward here is going to become our next big question. So, yep, that will be our that will conclude our review of chapter 618 of Bleach. We'll see if there's any forward progress next week, and we'll see you then.
Bye!
Hey, hello everybody, the Doctor here. My apologies for some of the audio issues on this batch of videos. I think it was just a result of me tinkering with recording settings for my Let's Play videos. Didn't quite cross over too well to these. I should be able to avoid it going forward though. In the meantime, if you did enjoy our manga reviews despite that, then you can look at our other reviews by clicking the annotation to the Typical Manga Review Master List, or looking in my own playlists on my channel for individual series: One Piece, Inside Mari, Bleach, Akame ga Kill, and Attack on Titan, the whole batch. If you prefer some of the gaming content, then you can check out Let's Plays by either myself or TypicalMangaFan. Right here in the annotation you'll see him playing Star Wars Republic Commando, or you can go to my own Let's Plays of Bleed or Civil Knight. That's it. Otherwise, I hope you all enjoyed. Y'all have a good night, and bye!